guys, it's just on the case. So I'm trying to do this video before I go into work. This is about Kenneka Jenkins. So we have some new information from 2018 for Kenneka Jenkins' case. Her mom actually found a lawyer kind of out of Detroit, and she is looking for still to get justice for her child. Now, if we go back, we can remember when people thought that Teresa Martin was responsible for the death of Kenneka. There has been all types of just stories that she was the cause of her daughter's death. If you don't know who Kenneka Jenkins is, I'm going to give you some background information. Kenneka was 19 years old, and she was from Chicago. She was on her way to beginning to be an adult, basically. And what actually happened to her was she asked to go out with friends from her mother. From what we've been hearing, she at first was going to a movie with a friend, and then that changed from other friends asking her to actually join them at the hotel. So Kenneka decided that she would join her other friends at the hotel. What ended up occurring is Kenneka ended up getting killed in that hotel. Now, our suspicions are that either someone intentionally locked her in that freezer, or she didn't know how to get out of it. Honestly, just speaking from my point of view, if you are trying to get out of something, you're going to do your best to get out of it, whether drunk or not. That high you have is going to pass by, because you're going to be like, oh my God, my life is in danger. And you're going to be in shock, and you're not going to be trying to just sleep your drunkenness off, because you're not going to give a fuck anymore. And I think this is what happened to Kenneka. She basically was drunk and high from the party, but that doesn't give anyone an excuse to try to, manipulate someone when they're in that stage. And we find that every day there's actually someone manipulating people to do things that they wouldn't normally do. Now, we don't know if the friends were involved. I'm not really sure about that. What I do know, she was found in the freezer, frozen. The coincidences around this story and why this story is so important and why this story is just viral is because people cannot figure out how the hell a parent goes to look for their child in the hotel and you get the police called on you because you're looking for your child. The only time parents get upset is when there is no one, helping them out to look for their child. Of course you would get upset, you would cuss, and you would say things. If I'm looking for my child and her last known whereabouts were in your hotel room, I am definitely going to talk shit to you if you act like you don't want to help me. That, as a mother, is what I would do. A mother thinks about how much time they have on their hands and where this child could be and how much of a importance it is to find this child in an amount of time. Because if you don't, you could be lucky and the child could be okay, and most of the time you're not lucky because you're wasting time and you're not doing good with trying to find the child at a timely manner. So the mother probably got frustrated. Miss Teresa probably got frustrated at them because they were blowing her off, because they're a hotel and they have people staying there. So they don't care if someone died there. They're worried about the money that people spend there to be there with them. My whole thing about that is so cruel. If a parent comes up to you and say, hey, my daughter was last seen into your hotel and we need to look around to see if I can find her, that does not mean that parent is basically saying that there's something bad has happened, but they're looking for a child, and they want to make sure their child is okay, especially if they get an important phone call from that hotel from other people saying that they've lost the girl and they don't know where she is, but they have her keys in her phone. Okay, that alone doesn't make sense. But Of course, just remember, she was intoxicated. Now, as her friend, I would not have left Kenneka sitting there or lying anywhere. She would have to come with me. When I know, you have to have that one friend that really you can trust. You can't go somewhere with people who just want to go somewhere and just want to think about themselves and have fun. And then when it's time to go, they don't want to go. But you're ready to go and they're just not ready. You have to be with people who are mature, know when it's time to leave, know when people have enough to drink, and you got to go from there. She was with people her own age, and unfortunately, they weren't very good friends. I'm sorry. If they were, she would be alive today. How do you let your drunk friend run off and you can't find them? But you say you've known this girl since the 3rd grade. That's the part I'm having a problem with. People are careless. They should feel bad. Even if they had nothing to do with it, they should feel really bad because you call her your friend. You call her your best friend, but your best friend is lying in the freezer dead. While you're still walking around, she's in the ground now. And she's not coming back. And I tell the story about Kenneka because young people need to be careful. You need to be careful when you go out. And of course, I did it when I was young. I know that you guys are going to try it. Everybody's going to try stuff. But you need to be, still in the right mindset. And you need to make sure that you're, looking out for yourself. Because other people that you think are going to look out for you, at the end, they'll end up, messing you up. So, that's first and foremost. People need to start, just worrying about themselves. Like, especially, don't put all your trust in one person or 2 people. Put your trust in yourself. And that way you will know for sure if anything goes down, that you got you. If nobody else doesn't have you, you got you. And that's where people go wrong. They put their trust in their friends when they're intoxicated, and the friend doesn't care no much more than you do. And so now Kenneka's not here anymore, and her mother is still looking for justice. And from what we've been told, her mother has left Chicago. I'm not sure about how true that is, but that's what we've been told, that the mother left to Chicago and moved. If that's the case, she might have needed to make that move so that she can do what's right for her daughter without receiving death threats over the incident with the child and people, saying bad things to her because she's trying to look for her baby. Now, another thing is, Kenneka did not get the best police work. I'm sorry, she didn't. The police automatically assumed that she walked in there and it was accidental. They did not put the yellow tape, caution tape down. They did not go check behind the hotel. People could be walking by evidence every day. They go check to make sure? No. They basically said, hey, she's drunk, she shouldn't have walked. Okay, this girl walks hours down the hall. You're telling me no security guard with surveillance video saw her. But you're a security guard, and it is your job to sit at the front and make sure everything is secure and everybody is protected and no one is hurt or harmed or in danger. And you're sitting up there, are you eating a donut or what are you doing? Because you're not doing your job. And the hotel doesn't want to be liable for anything. And these are my opinions, and I can say what I want to say. They don't want to be liable for anything that is going on. However, someone needs to hold them accountable for a human being being found in a freezer in a zone that is supposed to be closed off and locked away. However, somehow she ended up in this freezer, and now they're trying to say that they think that the latch might have been locked on the outside and she couldn't get out. If that's the case, someone did that on purpose. I'm sorry, but they did. If it was locked from the outside, no matter how much you push that emergency button, you would not be able to get out. Someone on the outside would have to let you out. And now Kenneka is dead, and the hotel is moving on, and they're still, people going there, and only thing they wanted to do, I think, was help the mother pay for the funeral. But you don't want to take any responsibility for the zone that you were supposed to have cut off. You don't want to take any responsibility for not having that zone locked off the way it's supposed to and protected from the public. You guys were so unorganized and just needs to be shut down for a little while to make sure that everything is secure and can be secured when needed to be. Because this mess right here does not need to happen to anybody else's child. Black, white, Puerto Rican, doesn't matter. It does not need to happen again. This is ridiculous. Now you have a 19-year-old girl who's getting ready to start work at a hospital or healthcare center, and now she can't start there because she's dead because somebody was so stupid to leave things open. And people keep talking about, oh, there was a party, they were having a party, yeah, but on top of that, why is it that they knew about the party? That's what I'm going to say. Not even she. They knew that there was a party going on. They knew there was a party upstairs. Because the kids asked them, could they get the smoke detectors taken down? Because they were smoking in there. So now they're denying that the kids asked that. Now, why would the kids lie and just say something like that? Come on, man. But there's a lawyer involved in this case. He has been on television before. He's from Detroit, and I need you guys to go look at that, because that is the new thing that's going on with Kenneka. This case is going to get opened back up, and some things are going to get returned over and relooked at. And that's what is needed to happen in her case. I felt like she did not get any type of justice. No one tried to give her justice. None whatsoever. And I feel like she's in need of it. I really do. She deserves it. Nobody else does. Kenneka deserves justice. So, with that being said, I'm sorry guys, I always look at my hair. I always do that. With that being said, I just don't want to come off to people like, so robotic-y. I want to come off to people as a human being. I don't want to come off as perfect. We all have flaws. I'm not perfect. Neither are you. So I come off real as I can be. When you do that, everybody can see you're genuine. And my passion is to figure out what happened to people. Any thoughts that I have, any thoughts that you have, we come together and we talk about them. But for now, that is what's going on with Kenneka Jenkins, and I feel like people need to look into that because it's coming back out again. This time I hope it blows up. But that's all I have for right now, and it's just on the case. I'll see you guys later.